Hi, this is Lisa from Lookin rubber stamp. I was not planning to upload tutorial on the weekend because one of the reason we're thinking our weekend, right? Everybody want to do something else, so I wasn't planning to do it. And also I think one of the reasons I don't want to upload any tutorial on the weekend because I think I had better, don't do it because I need to leave some money for you guys to, purchase the food because all the money you're spending on my stamp. But when I was reading the comments every morning, and then those comments are so sweet, I just can't help. So, and then I come up with this idea. So today's tutorial, you are safe because I'm using the same stamp set and the same matching die set to show you to create a card is totally different. So especially for you, lastly from Anaheim, you heavily said you don't need to purchase anything. So I want to show you with a one stamp set, there's too many different kind of possibility. So far for this stamp set, you look at me. If you check Lookin rubber stamp online DVD library, I think I already created probably 4 or 5 different kind of project with the same stamps. You got to go check it out. There's 100+ tutorial. They are ready to view, and you're going to enjoy. I was actually I just share one of my tutorial. The tutorial that was my first tutorial. I have been approved a lot. If you get a chance, go take a look at my first tutorial. That was it's called Chicks, and then I'm going to redo this tutorial with the same stamp set again. That's 10 years later. What's different? Have I been approved, or what kind of other idea I can come out with it? So today's tutorial is going to be fun, and also I have a lot of great tips I would like to share with you. So I am a chubby person. All my life I have been challenging losing weight, but I realized I can never become a skinny. One of the reasons because my father used to own a restaurant. So since I was a kid, I always have a restaurant quality food. So that make me chubby. And then when but I have to watch my weight because I'm getting old, right? So I love noodles, but I haven't had a noodle for a while. And you know the Kung Fu Panda. The Kung Fu Panda, the character love noodles, but well, because I can't have noodles. But when I'm reading your comments is the noodles for me. And every morning I'm just starving with your comment. So you keep coming and I will keep going. Deal? Okay, so this tutorial is going to be fun project, and remember I was showing you how you can use a list set to create the bookmark, right? And this bookmark actually have a magnet, and then you can really use that. It's just not looks pretty. And also if you haven't got a chance to check my eyeball library, you got to check it out. And once when you check it out, you're going to fall in love with all those glasses eyeballs, and you're going to start your own library. So today's tutorial, don't worry about it. You don't need any new stamp, and I don't have any new stamp coming until July. So you can start saving the money now. Have a jar and start to drawing all the coin inside. And so let me see what we got. What else? So that's it. That's pretty much about it. And we are going to start it, and you don't have to purchase anything. I bet you already have everything ready to go. So the last two tutorial, I was showing how to use stamping on the violin and use a partial stencil and create this very funky card, right? So it's actually, you put it in the seeing through violin. It's actually very cute, special this ostrich. And while you leave a message, you say, hey, that eyeball is kind of on top of the wall. Yeah, I just have no heart to cut his eyeball in half, so I just glue there. But it's pretty cute. And then when you put it in the envelope, it actually seeing through. Isn't that cute? Okay, so for today's tutorial, we are going to also use stencil, but see the exactly the same stamp set, totally different. That's why I love the rubber stamp so much, because just with one stamp, and you can come up with all different ideas. See, 3 different projects, 3 different looking, and then it just make you smile. I hope make you smile. It sure make me smile, and I am so excited my own project every day. Okay. So material list is actually nothing special. I am sure you all have it at home. And if you haven't checked my other tutorial, I was doing a great review for all the different kind of cardstock. So today's tutorial, we are going to actually working a little bit on the blending. And for blending, the best cardstock will be the Cougar or the Bristol or the watercolor paper. So if you haven't got a chance to watch this paper review, check it out because a lot of information. Okay, for the stencil, I have been using this stencil. This is from Judy King's stencil. They call the Stone Field. If you haven't watched the tutorial, this was my other tutorial. I was showing you how to make this pop-out card, and I kind of make feel like this is kind of those kind of stone that you put in your garden, and a stone brick. And then I just use this one. But can you believe it? This is exactly the same stencil that I create the background, and I'm going to show you how. So just try to use the same product, and I actually have every time when I create a tutorial, and then it give me something else I like to share with you. I hope I'm not boring you, because sometimes the tutorial is a little bit too long, but because I want to share all the things I know, I don't want to hide something. So that's why if you find these tutorials a little bit too boring, not boring, sorry, a little bit too long, just fast forward it. Sometimes I watch the tutorial too, I do a lot of research. If I found that tutorial, you know, they created, they don't get paid to create those ones. So they create tutorial, you find it is that part you find is a little bit boring, just fast forward it. No big deal, right? So that's started today's coloring, and after this one, I actually have another idea is also work with the same stencil. So check your drawer to see what kind of stencil you have. So I have this stone fill from Judy King. It kind of look like the draft pattern, right? And then in this tutorial, I have a camel. So I was actually digging my drawer. I wanted something relate to the camel. So maybe I should do the camel. I'm going to finish the project and post on top. So I say, what is relate to the camel? I don't have every single stencil they have on the market. So I found this one. This one is kind of look like a scale, like a fish scale, and I think this will be perfect for the like a sand, like a Sahara sand, right? So that will work too. And I may be probably going to looking for something maybe, oh, feather. I actually have a feather stencil. See how many different kind of possibility. If you want to see the camel, you want to see the ostrich, leave me a comment, and I will create one for to showing, because there's sometimes, you know, when I get into this YouTubing stuff, my brother warned me. He said, you know what? No matter what you do, there's always have the people they are not happy. So that's true, because I don't know, somehow in my like a feedback, there's always a one person show dislike. I don't know why, but I'm doing my best. Okay, so if you want to see the different images, like if you want to see the camel with the Sahara sand, or if you want to see the ostrich with the feather finish looking, leave me a comment and I will create a tutorial. I will be very happy to create a tutorial and show you how. I accidentally ordered a box of a Vallon envelope. so I don't know what to do with it. So that's why recently I've been using like a larger cardstock. So 5x7. This is like a pretty big card. I think your friend, they will be very happy to receive a card like this. So, and then I'm gonna start it. I am going to use Canson's watercolor cardstock. I love their cardstock because it is thick and it's very good quality. And then I am going to just tape the bottom first. You can use a Cougar or you can just use regular cardstock. I prefer regular cardstock because I found out glossy paper is a little bit hard to blend. So the stencil, this stencil I think is probably 5.5 by 5.5. So it's not big enough to cover the whole pages, right? So what I'm going to do, that's okay. We are going to just do 2 times. So I am going to just tape the stencil too, and then I'm going to just use the magic mushroom. Like I say, you can use sponges or any kind of blending tool, they will work just fine. So I just kind of give it some color, a little yellow just here and there, okay, and just here and there. And then I am going to just do a little bit orange. I don't even bother to change my mushroom, so I am going to just clean it. So a little bit kind of darker yellow or orange. Okay, and then be careful because I want to keep continue. So try to don't blend in here yet. Just be careful. And I need a little bit darker brown. So I'm going to find my brown color. So I think I just found out Canadian government has been extended the opening the border until October, the end of October. So I don't think that local King rubber stamp can make it to US before November. That's pretty sad. But I will working on all the YouTube tutorial, and also I'm going to offer a great promotion because we cannot make it to the show. So just make sure you check our website, sign our new YouTube channel, or Facebook, or sign out our newsletter to receive the newest image, because we are not paying for the traveling expenses, right? So I am going to offer a great promotion. So this stencil is a little bit smaller, so but you can just keep connecting with the top. You can continue to just find a place, okay, the line, and you can actually continue to finish it. So just gently, oh, be careful, you got to, okay, do this and be careful. Okay, because this paper is kind of moisture, the tape is not going to stay. So I just do this, and I didn't even bother to clean my magic mushroom. Pretty good. It still shows a little bit borderline, but that's okay. We can fix that one. Okay, see the color is much brighter than this one, so why not? This is a happy draft. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the surface first. Okay, and then this is 2 ways to do that. So this is like a pretty common way people doing the stencil, right? And then, but you can see this one is the same stencil, but how come my those kind of line is black instead of white? There's 2 ways to do it, and let me see. I'm going to just share something with you. So I am actually going to seal this one with clear embossing. So because this is on the watercolor paper, they are actually moisture. So when I make this card, I actually just sprinkle directly some embossing powder. They are not going to grab all the powder because some part of this paper is already dry, some part of paper is still wet. So, but I kind of like it because I don't really like a too artificial finish. I like a nature stuff. So that looks perfect. But if you want to do like completely, you know, cover this area with embossing, this is what you're going to do. You are going to put the, which direction is that? I think, that direction. So I'm gonna find that direction. Okay, so that's the boo-boo we are going to draw. Okay, so you got to, they have some kind of typing. You got to make sure which direction you are doing, right? So what I am going to do is I'm going to just tape it, secure here, and I am going to use a Versamark. Okay, so I just kind of show you first what's look like, and I'm still working on the other project because that was the idea was created after I finished the project. So first I was kind of planning something, so I just used a stencil and I used the Versamark and it created a kind of watermark, and then I just used the magic mushroom to color the gap, and then I didn't get the feeling I want, but I think that's a pretty, you know, unique finish. And then I did this one, so I used the stencil, go back, and then I used the Versamark to and then sprinkle with the clear embossing powder. But see, everywhere is a color. It's too neat. So I kind of like this kind of rough looking. So what I'm going to do is, if you want to create these, you just use your Versamark kind of patting everywhere, or what I'm going to do is I am only going to kind of like a freehand tapping someplace, and I'm going to kind of just line out here, just that kind of, you know, tapping a little bit, so that way when I sprinkle the clear embossing powder, it's not going to cover the whole page. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yes, you do. Okay, and then I am going to grab this one, and I really don't like embossing powder because every time it just go everywhere. No matter what I do, I just cannot, you know, cannot get rid of this embossing powder. Okay, so I'm going to just sprinkle some color on top, and I show you, because when I tapping that Versamark, I didn't cover everywhere, which I like it. And then you can see actually part is the color, part of not, right? If you still want to lose a little bit, you know, just I want to create a more nature's looking, I kind of use my brush, kind of brush off a little bit. Can you see? I hope you can see. Okay, so that way, and I'm going to put this one back. We'll be right back. Okay, and then I just heat drive it. I don't know, can you see? Yeah, you can see, right? They are not completely covered because when I applied that Versamark, I didn't really cover them evenly. So which is what I want to do, that I did that by purpose. And then I'm going to show you the magic. Okay, so I'm going to just use a darker brown, okay? And then I'm going to just color directly on top. See that texture? Let me just grab it. Okay, so just use your brown and then kind of rubbing it. Okay, like this. Okay, just feed it out the gap. See those raw finish, and then I can see, let me do a little bit darker color, kind of brown. So this is like a, you know, if you are familiar with tiling, these are like a grout. You just have to feed it out the grout, and then the grout is usually have to be darker color. Okay, see? Isn't that interesting? Okay, just keep rubbing until all, you know, the gap is filled out the color. And then what else you can do, if you still find out between that is not dark enough, So this is what you can do. I am going to use the black. Okay, fill it out the gap. Partially. You don't want to, you know, color like everywhere the same color. Okay. How do you think this effect so far? Okay, and then now we can come back to do later. And then, but now what I'm going to do is I need to. Okay, you're going to grab a Kleenex. We're going to do something. So let me clean my table first. Okay, just grab a Kleenex and mix with a little bit water. Okay, and then you are going to see that because a part of this surface, we are, see how dirty it is? We are going to rub off the color which is setting on the top of that clear coat. So that's how I create the background like that. See? And then, but you see, on some part I want to make it more darker. We can, you know, the best part of this technique is you can do whatever you like. So I'm actually going to add a little bit red. That looks nice, isn't it? A little bit red here. Just blending it. And then white here is kind of white. I don't know. That's okay. So like here is kind of weird, right? It's okay. We are going to do something to cover it. Okay, and even you can do a little bit even darker brown. So just fill it out that gap. Purple is good too. So just try to avoid. Don't just use like a black. Black is going to be too black. Duh. Okay, so let's do a little bit purple too. Okay, and then I'm going to clean the surface. We're going to do something. So I am going to just mix with a little bit water. Okay, and then just wipe on top. So that's how I create my background. Do you like it? Okay, and now we're going to move to the next step. Okay, and now we are going to do this technique. I call it kind of like a puzzle. So when I create my my foundation color, I don't really like this section. I think it's when I just tapping that versus mark is I didn't really avoid the line. So I'm going to put my draft over there to cover it, and I show you that's a great idea. So I am going to put my die cut here. Okay, you can just put that directly on top. You can do that. That's good. So make a 3D card. But I just want to make a flat. Or when you do die cut like this, you can put the packing tape to seal it. So I'm going to die cut it. I'll be right back. Okay, so I use my die cut. Just place my my die cut this position, and I die cut, right? And then before we mounting that one back, I want to give a little bit shadow around here. So what I'm going to do is you just use a dark color. You can use brown or you can use purple. Just kind of make there a little bit glowing. Okay, so let's do purple is good. And the brown is good too. Just give a little bit color. So when you insert the draft over there, they kind of create a 3D. Or you can just put a foam tape on top, and then put your draft on top. You don't even have to bother to die cut it. So that's just I just want to create this kind of puzzle like all one sheet. Because of like a 3D card, everybody know that, right? I just want to do something different. Okay, so and then I just glue this one. I put a little bit foam tape, and then I just still find here is a little bit empty. So I go digging. I just want to have some give him some food. So I found my leaf die cut. This is belong to the chick stem set. The chick stem set is my #1 sale set. #1 is like the best sell. I designed in 2007 when I start my business, and it's still record holder. So what I do is I just grab a 2-piece color cardstock, the green, light green, and dark green, and I just put my die cut and the die cut it. And after I die cut it, I like this is the same direction, right? You just flip one of them, so that way you can actually create the bushes. You use one die, but they actually end up to looks like two. So you can like insert some there, put a little bit here, or you just put put some in his mouth, because this one actually the nose is pop out. Oh, you cannot put it inside his nose. That will, or like a toothpick. Oh, put it inside his mouth. Oh, put it in the nose. That looks weird. Oh, put it inside the mouth. What does it look like? I don't remember. Yeah, if you can want to put it in the mouth, there is some dotting line. You can create it, and it become his toothpick. So you do whatever you like. So just kind of decorate a little bit here, 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 anywhere you like. So I'm going to finish it. Ta-da! I did. I just exact knife, and I kind of cut his mouth a little bit, just a gap, because my die cut is actually have some kind of dotting area, so it's very easy to, like this camel, you can kind of easily tear it, and then put a little bit foam tape and bang over a little bit. You can give it more character. So that one, I kind of just poking one leaf there, and you can make a card say that's chew together, chew together. So that's see, even though the same technique, the same stem, exactly the same thing, they look totally different. So I don't know which one you like it. That's today's tutorial. If you like to see the ostrich and the camel with the Sahara same finish, leave me a comment, let me know. And have you watched my last tutorial, the penguin one? Show you. So that was the penguin shaker card I created yesterday, and I am going to use the same combo set to create something totally different with this card. So you don't want to miss the awesome tutorial, make sure you subscribe this channel, YouTube channel, and give me a thumb up. And then this YouTube is actually very interesting. I never thinking about that I can be rich to be a YouTuber, but I do some research, and I just wondering, because there's one guy, and he created YouTube. He have like over 1 million people view his YouTube. And you know what his YouTube is? His YouTube is he has one watermelon, and they put a rubber band on top. So he put like a 600 rubber band one at a time, and then finally that watermelon explode, and then that's it. And he get 1.5 million people watch that YouTube. So I'm just wondering, how I can attractive you to watch these tutorials. So I talked to my brother. My brother is 2 years older than me. He's a very funny guy. I say, hey, I made $30 from YouTube. And he said, yeah, good luck. I say, it's very interesting, how this watermelon guy get a 1.5 million people watch his YouTube. And then my brother said, yeah, just go leak the toilet. People like that. I don't want to leak the toilet. So if you like my tutorial, share with your friend. If you find I'm funny, to make you smile, let your friend knows who is Local King and who is Lisa is, and then give me a thumb up and leave me a comment. I really enjoy to reading your comment every morning, and that just make my day. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye!